Well, the countdown is on towards 8 o'clock when polls all across Maine shut down and the ballot counting begins. The long road for all of the candidates ends tonight.
Yes, it does. And the race is being watched. The closest is the race for Maine's governor. And we start our team coverage with WMTW News 8's Paul Merrill, who is covering the LePage campaign in Lewiston for us. Paul.
Well, win or lose, Governor LePage will be the big story tonight. Will voters embrace his brash style and conservative values and give him 4 more years in office? Or will they reject the Republican incumbent and send him packing? It's hard to argue that anything is driving voters more in this race than their acceptance of or rejection of Paul LePage. There seems to be a pretty strong voter turnout today. This was the scene at the Longley Elementary School in Lewiston earlier. Governor LePage is known for saying what he means, even if doing so ruffles some feathers. Just last night, he told supporters in Portland that he wants to put a newspaper opinion columnist on suicide watch. We asked the governor's campaign spokesman today if comments like that sway voters.
You know, I think Paul LePage is who Paul LePage is, but I think the reality is his accomplishments in office are his job creation record, his reforming welfare, and just getting Mainers back to work. And I think that's why Mainers will go to the ballot box today and re-elect Paul LePage.
This race is very close. It could be a late night here. We're told not to expect the governor to hit that stage until 10 o'clock or later. We may not even see him until after midnight if the race ends up being that close. If it's so close that there is a recount, that will be the first time there is a statewide recount for a gubernatorial election in Maine in 135 years. For now, we're going to go to my colleague, WMTW News 8, Jim Keithley. He's been following the Michaud campaign today, and Jim is joining us from Portland. Jim?
Well, good evening, Paul. You know, Mike Michaud began his day up in East Millinocket, where he is from, where he worked in the paper mill all those years ago, and where he cast his ballot today. And then he made his way south. He stopped in Waterville, and he stopped down in Lewiston, and then Brunswick. He'll end up here in Portland after the polls close tonight at 8 o'clock. Now, the Democratic congressman who has served Maine's 2nd District for 12 years in Washington is hoping to be Maine's next governor. But he has to beat an incumbent first, which is never easy. Michaud continues to talk about his plan to move Maine forward, and he says he's encouraged by what he's hearing from voters. Governor, what do you say to that?
Yeah, I feel really good. I mean, all the polling place I've been to this morning and early this afternoon has been great. People are just coming out to me, said they voted for me, and to look forward to having a new governor. So we won't know until the polls close, and probably long after the polls close, on how the turnout's going to be. But I feel really good. We ran a very positive campaign.
And again, everybody is talking about how this is probably going to be a very long night. And it just may be, we may not know who the next governor is until tomorrow if it gets to be that close. Now, that's the situation here in Portland. We are now going to send it over to Katie Thompson, who is covering Elliott Cutler tonight for us. Katie, what's happening there?
Well, Jim, we're at the Ocean Gateway. This is where the Elliott Cutler campaign is headquartered for the night on this election night, and it's been a busy day for Elliott Cutler, making some last-minute stops all over the state from Bangor to Biddeford. But where did the independent candidate cast his vote? Well, in Cape Elizabeth, of course, alongside his wife and daughter, and it's not hard to figure out who he voted for, but I had to ask. So as he exited the polling place, he told me, I voted for Elliott Cutler simply because I believe he would be the best governor for Maine. And Elliott is hoping that voters think that too, and he hopes that they remember this message when they head to the polls today.
I hope they remember that I was there to greet them. I hope they remember that I ran a positive campaign with no negative ads. I hope they remember that I had ideas, and I hope they remember that I love Maine just as much as they do.
You may remember last Wednesday, Cutler told supporters to vote their conscience. So the question here is on finding out if they will do that. Polls close at 8 o'clock. We'll be keeping tabs on the Cutler campaign from here in Portland. We will keep you up to date on the air, on our website, and of course on social media. Steve?